as the other team that crashes would have to bid for the third and fourth position. Great header by Wasma Mohammed for Ghana. Another throw being won in less than 2 minutes. And all the two teams are looking for the loopholes in their respective setups in order to exploit and get the best of results. Faisal Seidu's header going out of play. Both teams looking a bit unsettled in the early minutes, and we are yet to see the team that will come up with the kind of early immense pressure. Good interception once again by Success in the heart of Medford, and this is a player that won the MVP in their second game when they played against Ivory Coast. Sterling Yameche with a very poor first touch, and that is Angie Kelly Nayaga Oli for Rose Wachiwa to get the ball and send it back to her captain Stella Nyameche. Mefia Nyame getting her first touch so far with this timely intervention of Alima Tabellum once again for Burkina Faso. They have quite a very compact defense.
Of course, it took Nigeria more than 20 minutes to be able to break through the defense of the Burkinabes, and this is what they are doing. They settle in very deep and make sure they dominate in the defense, allowing them to come out. They need to be very solid. Either than that, Ghana will punish them in the first instance.
Success to Rose. Stella Helen, the offender in this regard, for a challenge on Adeline Kabori of Burkina Faso. This is quite huge. These girls, proud to the game, all the two coaches involved have indeed been expressing their opinions, and we had Pascal of Burkina Faso who noted that definitely Ghana, they have the home support. He knows that is what they have, that he termed as the number 12 man on the pitch for Ghana. But then on the other hand, in his girls, he trusts that he can deliver for him. But will they be able to do that? Saying it is different, being on the field is when that matters most. Throw in, quickly taken by Lima Tabellum for Burkina Faso, with a follow-up been nicely done by Kabori. And there they try to find their first infiltration into the half of Ghana, and there they get the first goal. Burkina Faso on target in less than 5 minutes, and who else? Florentine gets the first goal for Burkina Faso in less than 5 minutes. That was the first precise and incisive attack that the Burkinabes have made. This is how it all started, right from their main player, Naomi Adali Kabri, their top scorer, who managed to find Angie Kelly, who set up on the other hand Florentine, who tipped the ball over goalkeeper Afi for them to get the first goal in this game. So after 6 minutes, the build-up by the Burkinabes was absolutely solid. Only for Florentine to tip it over to give them the precious lead. So Ghana 0, Burkina Faso 1.
Burkina Faso taking advantage and taking the lead in the very first 5 minutes of the game. Ghana looked shaky behind. The first defensive blinder being called.
Helen Alomanu sent quite a very deep cross in, but Mefia Nyame, despite the fact that she tried another to get ahead to it, couldn't. Mefia now with a lovely turn and forces a save out of goalkeeper Fauziatu with another follow-up. Narrowly missed, and they felt, the Black Princesses of Ghana felt that there was a handball, and that should have warranted them the spot kick. And it was Fatima Tafuseni who started the attack for Ghana. Managed to find, on the other hand, Mefia Nyame, who came out with that first lovely turn with a strike, only for Fauziatu to parry, and the follow-up once again by Mefia Nyame, and that was where they felt it has a deflection of the hand of one of the defenders of Burkina Faso. A header not on target. Comfort Yeboah, another chance of penalty. Referee having none of those protests by the Black Princesses. Another good cross in, floated in, followed up by Comfort Yeboah. And there it takes a deflection for the second consecutive corner kick as Ghana looks forward to get the equalizer. Wasma Mohammed to take this corner kick. She floats it in, another header, a diving one. Stella Nyameche back to Wasma Mohammed. A header was saved by Fauziatu. Despite the immense pressure in the last few minutes, Ghana couldn't get the equalizer.
Good delivery, good save by Fatima Fauziatu, which Ghana is now piling up pressure on the Burkinabes to see if they can equalize and see what they will be able to do. But I think they are leaving it too late. Is it too late, Esther, for them to be causing that kind of blunders to concede in the early 5 minutes?
Well, that is what football is all about. As the game began, and there Comfort Yeboah with another, this one a low drive in. Stella Nyameche steals the ball off. Comfort Yeboah once again, and it is offside against Ghana's Comfort Yeboah. This can't be termed to be quite too late, although they have conceded in the early minutes, of which none of the supporters gathered here were expecting them to have done. But in the long run, what happened the most was that the Burkinabes ensured that the loophole that they had, they made it count.
Good start for the Burkinabes. Let's see how they fare into the first 45 minutes. Is Ghana going to reduce it, or is going to be...
Pfizer Seidu strikes, Fauziatu gathers. This is where it matters the most. Semi-final with a slot in the final awaiting, and they've gotten a precious lead to give them that cushion. And there you would have all the different kinds of antics. But it's less than 10 minutes. In recent times, goals can even be scored in microseconds. Ghana with possession. Stella Nyameche tries to switch play to set up Pfizer Seidu. Too much of the pass shown over to Fauziatu, who gathers very swiftly. A lead that has no room for error, and that is what the Burkinabes are doing so much in order to curtail. And there, the player that started the attack once again, on the other hand, Naomi Adele Kabri, Stella Nyameche, and Ghana would love to ensure that they keep to possession, dominate, and that is where they can be able to exploit all those pockets of spaces. Stella Nyameche with the first good turn, runs into traffic. Linda with possession, and back to Naomi Adele, who is trying to replicate what she did in the first. But this time around, Rose does better for Ghana with a timely block. Adama Congo sends a good delivery. Rose heads it away. Corner kick. 10 minutes, Ghana 0, Burkina Faso 1. Corner kick for Burkina.
A first corner kick for Burkina Faso as they make their way to see, while they wait to see they can get their second goal of the day. Esther, Ghanaian defense look a bit jittery. The first incursion or the first move that they made resulted in a goal.
Corner kick flown in. Mefianyame, the unusual defender for Ghana. It's sent back, and Rose Boachua heads it off to safety, only for Florentine to have it back. Fatimata Fuseni to Wasma Mohammed. Wasma Mefianyame to Sarah Koulibaly. Ghana building from the scratch after conceding in less than 5 minutes. Comfort Yeboah. Helen for Ghana. Stella Nyameche. Helen gives possession away to Burkinabe. Stella does what? Retrieve and recover possession for Ghana. If you look at how very persistent the Burkinabés are when they get the ball and very direct, the Ghanaians are not the same. They can't be termed to be in that same direction. They always seem not to be certain and precise when they have the possession. Mefianyame fouled Ghana to get the advantage of this free kick.
Esther, first goal has come and Ghanaians are not in that kind of calmness to maintain their composure to see what they can get out of it. They are in a rush. They are now chasing to see if they are able to equalize on time. So it's not giving them the second chance to think. They are clashing. They are not communicating. They need to calm down and see what they are able to do with the ball.
Stella Nyamiche takes the free kick. Good save, but there it is. Ghana with the equalizer. Stella Nyamiche, the captain, coming to the rescue of Ghana. Game on, 1-1, runs into the arms of head coach Yusuf Bazigi. She knew that this is a huge responsibility for her. And Fauzi Auti once again fumbles, fails to gather at once. And she knows that she has indeed let her team down. But don't take anything away from this. Well taken free kick. Stella Nyamiche. She's just sensational. On target, Fauziatu attempted to save it, but that wasn't meant to be. Ghana 1, Burkina Faso 1. Game on. Burkina with another incursion, but Afi does better this time around. Stella Nyamiche, she scored through a set piece in Ghana's opener when they played against Benin, and she has done the same in Ghana's third game in this competition.
Esther, this is what the problem of Fauziatu has. With against Nigeria, she is not able to grab the first ball. There is always a bounce back or a kind of deflection from her. I don't really know. So it hasn't been something new with the goalkeeper Fauziatu. But this time around, she has to make sure, because if Ghanaians are able to exploit that kind of first touch, not able to grab, then they should be follow up. And this is what Stella Nyamiche noticed. Bounce in front of her, and then that was a goal for her, making her, that is her third goal of the tournament.
Game on. Ghana 1, 15 minutes. As Ghana 1, Burkina Faso 1. We are back to where we all started from, back to where we all began from. Semi-final berth of the Waffle Zombie U20 Girls Cup, live on Max TV, made possible through IMAX Media, bringing to the doorsteps of all football-loving fans this wonderful display of football by Ghana as the host nation. Pfizer Seidu, Pfizer to Stella Nyamiche, but Belem Alimata is well positioned. Wasma Mohammed to Mefia Nyame. Helena Lomanu delays in picking that pass. Fatimata gets it to successful strikes with a low drive, not on target. Goal kick for Burkina Faso. Just to remind you that this is a different tournament altogether, aimed at allowing girls who are under 20 years in the West African sub-region for them to exhibit their talent for all and sundry to see. And since it's an inaugural one altogether, 7 teams started this competition. We had in Group A, Ghana had Benin and Cote d'Ivoire to be in Group A. Group B had the likes of Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Niger, and Togo. But in the long run, it's only these 4 teams that have been left. Ghana come for the Abua. Stella Nyamiche, whether or not had to make it to misses by a whisker. Goal kick. But look at that build-up. The first was that precise pass from Success to Helen to Comfort Yeboah. Unmarked, Stella fails to put Ghana in the lead for the first time in this game. So the scoreline still remains 1-1.
1-1, all set, game back to restart.
Helen to Mefianyame. It takes a deflection. Goalkeeper once again, Fauziatu with another howler. Corner kick. This is where they need to give a lot of such strikes. Helen to Mefianyame. Had it not been this deflection, Ghana might possibly be in front. Looking at the failure of Fauziatu to gather. Corner kick. The third of the opening game for Ghana. Mefianyame heads on target but is saved by Fauziatu. Only 4 teams have been left out of the 7 teams that started. Ghana, the host nation, who are playing currently with Burkina Faso. Later at 6:30 p.m., Nigeria will square it off with Benin. Sarah Koulibaly enter finding solace in her goalkeeper Afi. Stella Nyameche to Faiza Seidu, and Faiza has Diana Cynthia Kabori to tangle with. A header manages to send a delivery in, but no player of the Black Princesses was like an intent in the half of Burkina Faso's success. To Mefianyame, Fatimata and Wasima finds the feet of success. Throw in to Ghana in less than 20 minutes. Comfort Yeboah goes for the long throw. A header by Stella. Faiza Seidu. Mefianyame failing to increase her number of goals to 6 to 4 for Ghana. Rose Boachiwa with a good block. Stella Nyameche. Ghana building from behind, slowly trying to find fluidity and their passage of play. Helen gives possession to Florentine of Burkina Faso. Stella Nyameche to Mefia Nyame. And Mefia decides to go for the 1v1. Corner kick to Ghana. If you look at the telepathy between Stella Nyameche and Mefia Nyame, that you might say she ended up having a bit of Mefia Nyame in that clearance. Corner kick to Ghana. Can they score from this dead ball situation? Fatimata Fuseni, the nimble-footed player, slashed wide. Goal kick. 20 minutes. Ghana 1, Burkina Faso 1.
Esther, knowing how Burkina-based are threatened in front, they should be worried, because if you are wasting all these chances and then looking at the attack of the Burkina Faso, any move that they make is that dangerous. They will have to make everything count. They will have to calm down the ball. Knowing the goalkeeper fumbles, you will have to be sending in that strike and drive and making follow-ups. I guess this is what the Ghanaians should be thinking at this moment, just to maintain that composure and making sure they take the lead and Burkina Faso not coming back, because it looks dangerous when you have the Burkina base surging forward and doing that kind of runs.
Helen Alomenu for Ghana to Stella Nyameche with a lovely first turn, and that, of course, the ball has been retrieved by Mefia Nyame, who drops this time around to the right flank for Ghana. The Fed Ladies top scorer for this season, Mefia Nyame. As she delayed in releasing the ball, all that she was doing was just trying to find a teammate that was well positioned that can cause an upset. Mefia Nyame to success. If you look at Ghana's, the road that they had in order to find their way through to Wasima slips, manages to get back on her feet with this. Good drive across the face of goal. Goal kick. After taking a tumble, she managed to get up and come up with a strike just across the face of goal. If we look at Ghana's road to the semi-finals of this particular competition, in their first game they beat Benin by 3-0 at the same venue. Burkina Faso, Fatimata with good and very timely interception for Ghana. Stella Nyameche back to Mefie Nyame. Wasma Mohammed. Ghana beating Benin 3-0 in the opening game, where they ended up getting Stella Nyameche, Mariam Ponsa, and then Mefie Nyame on target in that game. In their second game, they beat Ivory Coast by 3-1. And this is a particular game that ended up earning them 6 points in Group A, another to find their way through to the semi-final stage of this competition, conceding only 1 goal.
Good start for Ghana. They have come of age, they have stabilized now, and now they are pushing forward, making all the rounds. But as I said, they will have to make it count. They don't have to be wasteful, and they will have to be clinical, because the Burkinabe look dangerously, especially if you have Adele on the ball. She has that ball control. She holds on to the ball. She gives that accurate passes to make sure their chance of going top of the day is at stake, because she is the only person up front. And if you see Wachua complaining now, it means our defense is also going to be in a kind of trouble, as you see Wachua lying. I don't know whether it's a hamstring or she'll be okay to come up. Either than that, then we will have to have the next person taking over her position. She wasn't in the beginning of the last match, but here she is, and then complaining of injury.
After school, you can't miss such a game. That is why these students are here in their numbers. Avi Babayara Sports Stadium to cheer their young and, of course, all the sisters on to victory in this game. They know that this is crucial. This is huge. Rose Wachua, who is getting the first belt in this particular tournament. Before this particular game, she was on the bench, and it was Abena Anoma Opoku who was starting central defense together. She was being paired with Sarah Kulibli of Army Ladies, but coach Yusuf Bazigi opted for Rose Wachua because of perhaps her physique. Looking at the opponent that they were going to play against, that is Burkina Faso, he felt that having a bulky player in the heart of defense like Rose Wachua can do them a lot of good. And as such, if she is unable to continue, that will be a huge setback in terms of the plan of the technical team for the Black Princesses of Ghana.
I guess she's up and all for it to go back on the pitch. They had a water break, and they will be going back for the first half. Esther, so far so good for both teams, scoring a goal each. Ghana conceding the second goal of the tournament, and then Burkina also. The howler from Foziatu wasn't something that they needed to do.
Burkina Faso, their road to the semi-final. This is how it all unfolded. In their first game, they beat Togo by 2-0. And that was where Munifatu Halbi, who has been neutralized in this particular game, had the first goal for them before Alima Tabelem made it the second goal for them to get 2-0 victory over their Togolese counterpart. In their second game, they beat Niger by 8-0. That was a different game that saw them thrashing Niger by 8-0, but they couldn't get a single goal when they played in their final game in the group stages against Nigeria. Nigeria's Super Falconets beat them by 3-0. So that is how Burkina Faso found their way to the semi-finals of the inaugural WAFU Zombie U20 Girls Cup that is being hosted in Ghana. As we approach the 30th minute of this game, it's 1-1 apiece. Helen manages to get corner kick. Another that ball situation that Ghana can't capitalize on to take the lead for the first time in this game. They drilled only to be at par through the intelligence of their captain, that is Stella Nyameche. Corner kick. Mohammed floats it in. Wall trashed by Burkina Faso for another corner kick. So these are the set pieces that Ghana have enjoyed the most in the first period. That is the corner kick. Header from Alimata Belem of Burkina Faso. Corner kick. Wasma sent it back, and Alimata once again to the rescue before Naomi Adele. A strike on target for Ghana. Out of nothing. Success Amia. This is a player that has this unique and exceptional trademark, scoring from such long range. And there she has done it for Ghana's Black Princesses. Ghana takes the lead for the first time in this game. After Wasma had sent in that corner kick, Balam before Naomi trashed, but the ball ended up on the feet of Success, who came out with his traveling strike. Well placed, and it found its way into the back of the net.
Esther, the good clearance from the captain of the side was not that good. It landed just right on the foot of Success Ameya, who taking her chance, giving that long range drive. And then I'm telling you, when it bounces in front of the goalkeepers, it's difficult for them to be able to read the ball, because definitely when it bounces off you, it's really tricky, and then that is how they are able to get their second goal. But as I said, they need to be doing much more follow-up, because Poziatu has shown that she is not able to grab once when the ball arrives at her end.
A well-placed strike. Ghana in the lead for the first time. 30 minutes. That is the trademark of a team that is determined, that is so anxious to ensure that its campaign that has been host and win is not tainted. Leaders doing it as they often do. Comfort Yeboah, throw in to Burkina Faso. This is a different game. Look at the fans. They knew that they can't disappoint them. We must commend the Black Princesses for having responded very positively. After conceding, they didn't give up. They knew that it was very early and that they had all the positive and encouraging signs to make amends, to come in strongly in the game, and that is what is earning them the lead for the first time in this game. 2-1 with this free kick won by Success.
Esther, they need to be piling on pressure, and then as time goes on, they'll be able to settle, because if you are not able to take your chances, definitely it dawns back on you, and then you'll be in a rush to make sure you reduce your deficit.
Rose Wachoa for Ghana. 2-1, 3 goals in the first half after 31 minutes. Free kick to Burkina Faso. Rose Wachoa of Dreams Ladies. She commits that tactical foul, knowing how very slippery Congo Adama can be when she's allowed to have that space in front of her. Wasma Mohammed to comfort Yeboah. In the group stages, 43 goals were scored. out of 9 games, of which of these 9 games we had 6 home wins and 3 away wins. So this means that if the stats are anything to go by, Ghana might end up being victors in this game because they are playing the home side. Sarah Koulibaly to Rose Wachua, and Ghana, after getting the lead, are trying to take their time and then ensure that they launch an attack at a very good stage. Faiza Seidu. And Faiza Seidu hasn't really been transformational up front for Ghana, and both all the games that she has started so far for the Black Princesses.
I see her as the top striker or the one leading the attack, but anytime you see her drifting to the wings and she joins Stella Nyamiche, is it Stella? No. Mefia Nyamiche on the right hand side, and then it's difficult for Mefia to operate unless there is a switch that Stella has to cut in to make sure she places herself in that position to make it count. But Fozia has been a passenger, if I could say, in this very first half that I have seen her.
Naomi to Congo Adama, and Burkina Faso are looking forward to surge and penetrate the half of the Black Princesses, but the defenders have helped the team. Congo Adama, Congo finding Monifatu, who hasn't been herself. In the first game, she was very, very clinical and lethal, both in the heart of defense, in the midfield, and up front for Burkina Faso. But she hasn't really settled fully in this particular game. Stella Nyamiche brought down, free kick to Ghana, and this is where it is well positioned. Stella can pull one of her strikes once again and ensure that she extends the lead. Stella Nyamiche already on 3 goals for Ghana, and Stella is a coach, a CAF licensed D coach who is currently pursuing her CAF license C as well. So this is a player that really understands the game itself, having graduated as a coach, less than 18 years, living her dreams and playing for dreams, ladies. This is a tournament that if she's able to lead Ghana for them to win this inaugural title, will live with her. It will be an album of memory that she would have with her for years and generations to come. Stella Nyamiche with a chance to extend Ghana's lead. 35 minutes. Stella Nyamiche. Naomi Adele Kabri blocks for Burkina Faso. Congo Adama. Congo finds the feet of Angie Kelly Nayaga offside against Naomi Adele Kabri. She herself knew that she was in an offside position, and as such, when the ball came, she was a bit reluctant to go for it. So that was when she fell into the offside track, of course. Success gives the ball away to Linda. Naomi Kabri. Naomi to Congo. Burkina Faso on the offensive. Success intercepts Stella Nyamiche, who drifts to the left. Pfizer sent the ball back to Stella, and Stella is dazzling up front. Corner kick. It's always difficult to describe this wonderful teenage player, Stella Nyamiche. Look at that fluidity that she has. Pacey, precise, direct. Stella, corner kick to Ghana. And Burkina Faso they have Congo Adama, their striker, who is in a discomfort state. But the fans would not waste any time at all. They have to be merry. And they are enjoying themselves because their team has given them the results. Corner kick. Stella Nyamiche decides to take this. Stella sends the corner kick in, a header by Helen. Not the best. Comfort Yeboah sets up success on target. Another difficulty by Fauziatu to gather at once. What is it with Fauziatu? With this very pertinent, repeated mistake that she makes. Comfort Yeboah set up success, who wanted to replicate what she did earlier, but this time around Fauziatu gathered.
Esther, I don't know what is happening to Fauziatu. This is not happening once, twice. In the game against Nigeria, that was the mistake that she kept on repeating. And I'm not sure if the technical bench hasn't seen, or there's no any better goalkeeper more than her, that she has to be in the goalpost. Proud to this match, she wasn't that okay, but when the lineup came, I was surprised to see her in goalpost. And I said to the Ghanaians, if they really want to score more goals, they need to take advantage of what Fauziatu has been doing in goalpost. And yet they are doing it, but Esther, they need to take much more advantage, because when the Burkinabes are moving, they are dangerous.
Comfort Yeboah, 40 minutes approaching on the clock. Comfort Yeboah to Stella Nyameche, and Stella has the two captains in a tangle, Alima Tabelem and Stella Nyameche. Congo Adama runs into traffic. Rose Bwachiwa getting her positioning right, managed to steal the ball off the feet of Congo Adama when she wasn't expectant. 40 minutes, Ghana 2, Burkina Faso 0, Burkina Faso 1. The scoreline was indeed turned around. Ghana with a chance to extend their lead. Mefia Nyame, Mefia, deflection. Mefia's first touch wasn't the best, and she realized that Stella was well positioned. Sent her the ball. That was the first touch by Mefia Nyame before she found her captain well positioned. But this block there by Latifatu of Burkina Faso, denying Ghana the chance to extend their lead of making it 3-1, and another to have a very good cushion before the first period ends. Corner kick, Stella Nyameche to effect. A good one flowed in. Comfort Yeboah to Wasima, but that was an indecisive strike. Another one on target for Ziatu. Struggling just as she did. And this strike this time around was coming from Rose Bwachiwa of Black Princesses. After getting her first control right, she attempted to get a goal, but that was punched away. Another header on target this time around, well done by goalkeeper Fauziatu. So Ghana probing and asking the right questions. Stella Nyameche's delivery of that corner and the header that was saved by Fauziatu.
Good cross whipping by the captain, equally a good header by Mefia Nyameche, but this time around Fauziatu make sure she doesn't dirty herself in goalpost. Nice build up. As the what I'm seeing in the Ghanaians, they are a bit sluggish when they are attacking on the ball. They don't attack the ball, they rather get themselves relaxed when they are receiving the ball. They need to attack the ball, they need to make their runs, they need to be serious on the field of play. And it seems they are not getting things done. They are leaving and giving meet more space for the Burkinabes to operate. If you have the advantage, putting all that pressure on the Burkinabes, asking questions, and you are not being clinical, then there's a question mark upon how you are going to make it count, because definitely you need goals to make sure you are relaxed and settled so that you can be defended. Because anytime there's pressure on Ghanaians, they find it difficult to be able to defend their line. So if you have the opportunities and glaring moments, chances upon chances, and you are being wasteful, Yusuf Bazigi has a lot of pep talk for these girls in the second half.
42 minutes with just 3 minutes to end the first period of the game. Faiza Seidu, in a word with Helen Alomenu, clearly she's unhappy. She couldn't get the pass as she rightly anticipated for. Faiza Seidu for Ghana, Mefia Nyame, Black Princesses, Success, Rose Wachua. But Rose ends up giving the ball away to Naomi. Burkina Faso, Angie Kelly to Congo Adama. But Success retrieves for Ghana as they take their time. Fatimata Fuseni to Wasema. Wafu Zombie U20 Girls Cup live on Max TV, a broadcast that has been watched by all the sub-African countries that have participated in this tournament, including those that even hesitated in the group stages, the likes of Togo, Niger, all of them, and Ivory Coast leaving the tournament, for it to be left with only these 4 teams. Success to Stella Nyameche. Referee Stella wanted the spot kick, but referee felt that that wasn't too much of a contact that could have earned her that penalty kick. 45 minutes, Ghana 2, Burkina Faso 1, as we await the number of additional time from the 4th official. Comfort Yabua, Faiza Seidu, but there weren't any Ghanaian player lurking around. Fatimata Fusseini, Fatimata with a good one in, and Fauziatu gathers. 3 minutes confirmed additional time before the opening half ends. 3 minutes for Ghana to extend their lead. 3 minutes for Burkina Faso, on the other hand, to get the equalizer and be 2-2 apiece. Mefia Nyame for Ghana. Mefia to Helen, who is now no longer on the flanks. Fouls Adeline Kabori. She's fortunate not to have been brandished with a yellow card, because that was a reckless tackle. Alomenu, but referee didn't spare the rod. She has brandished the first yellow card to Helen Alomenu of Ghana, just when she found herself in a different position. She ends up getting a yellow card for that tackle. Mefia Nyame to Stella Nyameche. Wasma Muhammad of Northern Ladies to come for the Abua of Hazakes Ladies. The ball had already crossed. Go in as the Burkinabes are anxious to get the equalizer before the first half ends. Adama, Stella Nyameche for Black Princesses. Back to Comfort, Yeboah. Pfizer Seidu, leaving it for Murphy and Yame. And Pfizer heads it, Murphy and Yame. Motions forward, manages to get possession. And Murphy and Yame gets corner kick, of which Ghana has enjoyed the most, getting the lion's share of those corner kicks. Latifatu was the one who ended up with the last touch, and in Ghana another corner kick right on the stroke of half time. Stella Nyameche to take, sent it in. Diana Cynthia Kabori nearly scored an own goal. All the deliveries of Stella Nyameche have been spot on. The corner kick was even taken when Fauziatu was out of a goal post. Another one, this time around Fauziatu doing things right, punching it away to safety, but the referee haven't seen enough. And proceedings for first half here at the Babayara Sports Stadium. Success Amiya. And you're short. She had the second goal for Ghana after Stella Nyameche had gotten the equalizer through the dead ball situation. So it's all over for the first half. It's Ghana 2, Burkina Faso 1.
Max TV, sports, entertainment, and more.
Hey, catch it! Don't pass you! I don't want anything to go wrong on my baby's day. Yeah, in fact, what's some animum? Sasha, I'm a washroom, Brawati.
Hey, subhanallah.
If it hey, Nene, Jesus.
I'm already wearing a pad. Can I relax? No, my day is ruined, you guys. You don't understand.
Take this.
Everyone is talking about it. It has a super soft cotton feel.
I've lived and lived, but not you, my daughter. This is Reflow sanitary pads. They are heavy pads, have 4 wings to prevent leakages.
Once a Reflow Senkai, it's up to 10 hours of absorbency. The diapers are what JJ uses.
And one I'm a debua uniano manu na a strong cobra. See.
Everybody knows Acrobato, and if you know Acrobato, it means you know M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic. As an international journalist and actor, my health is my priority. M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic is my pillar in terms of my health. Let's hear what others are saying about M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic. Sister, please, you, let him talk to you. Who will be careful M-Punch one?
Chesenami ankasa me period na say problems wom. Ntina ma wo ho idea ma me papa chese na nya asem ketewa. Na mkwan point no mo hwe me modem no mo hwe bibia na so mo medu a me fae no ene ma won kra mienu hofro kwa na mkwan mu a eba. Ti ani je dia ba fie pa.
You heard everything yourself.
Me ma me no adwodwo eda ho a wontumi nante. Ene ne ko end point o mama nura ene ne ho eden a wotimi asori anante.
That's M-Punch for you. Of Acrobato.
Hello.
Hey, Oshisho what chair?
Okay.
A free bra with the M-Punch what dance. I'm a choir no. Me Johnson say my name koye and person my emre nyina and me gina sabema. Na me no be fear for there. E ho de nyina jaresa. You heard everything. I have secret. M-Punch is my secret. M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic. I'm free.
Onyanto kwacha doctor to baby. Mama nyare wasu to me pa.
Afei na twere ensem a ese monyi dua na ba mfa na haban ensa yale na abamu. Dr. Tam da so ama oyalefo bia nya enida so se ne yale befire ne so. Wo ebra wode nani akire mu wo medimafo heba clinic. Oyalefo ba ho na ohye na ebra empa ho. Gise de wawuo ana wasie no nko na ontumi. Abubuafo enante anifrafoɔ esna paneɛ stroke diabetes pressure ne yale nkan ne nyinaa ayɛ entatia case wasiesie na yaresabea hɔ kama doctor se fa kakra bi bɛgye wayaresa wɔ Kumase Abuakwa Agogo.
Gainike yɛde nkyia soronko free Iona Pharmacy mamu nyinaa yɛde Gainike syrup aba Gainike ɛboa eyi afichikro emu haw ahodoɔ te sɛ afichikro a ɛma yie deɛ ɛtutusi basabasa ɛne afichikro mu yaw ahodoɔ no nyinaa efiri hɔ koraa Gainike boa ɛma atenka akɔfam no san pagya ne mu yie paa Gainike boa yɛma menomu a wanya menopause ɛho haw ahodoɔ te sɛ honam a ɛhyehyew na ɛyerayerawo no abufuo atete ɛne deɛ tete saa no nyinaa Gainike brena sekra adurei enkoda a oni mfie edumienu entumi mfa bi obenya bi ɛwɔ pharmacy license chemical shop ana herbal shop a ɛbɛn mu pendodo atu a frɛ Iona Pharmacy Gainike ɛbɛyɛ wo de FDA ahwehwɛ adwadie nkratoe mu agye atum sɛ ɛyɛ
Sorry anopa enam se me de nafa lady clean esiesie me hunti no eni chi a me de sorry efrimpam eye sonko adwuma mu nso metumi keka me ho eye adwuma yie sane yese enam se me de nafa lady clean eni esiesie me ho so people adwuma keka odi befie edem mi swetche kra enam se me de nafa lady clean esiesie me ho nafa lady clean feminine hygiene washer eboa esiesie oba wa himfie omra wontin carbon bia nafa lady clean feel confident with nafa lady. This advert has been vetted and approved.
Ghana, 33 for Burkina Faso, 8 shots on target for Ghana, 2 resulting in goals, 1 for Burkina, and the only one that they had resulted in a goal as well. 11 corners for Ghana, 1 for Burkina, 1 offside apiece for the two teams. 7 fouls committed by Ghana, 6 by Burkina Faso, 1 yellow card for Ghana, none for Burkina. And the two teams were so disciplined enough not to have gotten any red card. So first half ends, Ghana 2, Burkina Faso 1.
Welcome back to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, where Ghana lead the Burkinabes by 2-1. It was the Burkinabe who grabbed the early minutes. In the 5th minute, Florentina scored the first goal for Burkina Faso. And our side, it was the captain, Stella Nyamiche, who had that long free kick drive, equalizing, and then Success Aminya also giving the belter to make Ghana lead 2-1 here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. I have here the goalkeeper's trainer, Coach Raymond Funny, to discuss the first half with Coach. First impression, the very first 45 minutes.
Well, it was also impressive because we are squandering a lot of chances and our guests look a bit reluctant. And I must say that we didn't anticipate that they would play like this, because we know that because our camping period was very short, the results there will get, but we will not get the cohesion and that free flow of football. But it's a bit, it is a bit lower than we are expecting.
Burkina Faso has been a big tricky side when we are playing them. When you look at their physicality and then their strength that they use in playing, at least Ghana should be worried about. We haven't had a good start since our match day 1 with Benin and against Cote d'Ivoire, and it's showing against Burkina Faso. What is wrong with the team?
Yes, like I said, we started camping about 4 weeks ago. We did a screening and then we selected some few because there was an ongoing league, so we were not able to groom them. The first team that played the first match, I think we played a friendly match, and those were those who started. So we are using the same team to play, and it is gradually coming. But the pace with which we are expecting that from match day 1, day 2, they should have progressed. Is unfortunately it is not showing.
The first 5 minutes, Ghana wasn't so organized behind that we got punished. Our defense has been our problem since we started. What is the pair up, or why are we not getting that combination right for the Ghana defense?
Unfortunately, before the pre-technical meeting, Coach Basigi, he told the guests that this is the weakness that he has seen, so we have to cover up. But unfortunately, it was the same mistake, and they took advantage and they had a goal. But like I said, it is now that the team is gelling, and having the centre-back pair, we are struggling. Because we played with Anoma Opoku, and then she got injured, so we have to bring on Rose. She's playing well, but she's not like Anoma Opoku, honestly.
Dealing with the physicality and the height of the Burkinabes, don't you see Rose Bache has that kind of body to make sure to tame the Burkinabes down when they are staging forward?
Yes, she has the body. Maybe the boss in the air, she can challenge, but like you saw in the goal that we conceded, the ball was passed by her. They just passed by her. She couldn't do anything.
Was it no miscommunication between the goalkeeper and then the defenders?
Not really, not really. The distance between the goalkeeper and the defenders was about 8 to 10 meters.
So why was the keeper moving away? Because once you are coming out of your box, you have to make sure you are getting to the ball. But she wasn't able to reach there. That's why I was asking.
That was, honestly, the goal was a mistake, because I, being the goalkeeper trainer, I have been working on this 1v1 situation.
Did she call for the ball in that situation?
I don't know whether she called for the ball, but it was a through pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know whether she called for the ball.
Because before a goalkeeper could move after your box, heading towards the ball, and looking at the posture or the demeanor of the defender, meaning I assume from my point of view that maybe she might have called for the ball. That led to that miscommunication.
No, from where the ball was kicked, she has to come out. But she has to be in line with the ball. She shouldn't have gone down for the girl to chip the ball. She just stand on her feet, and then she will push the ball to the touchline.
So was it the smartness of Florentina to chip the ball, knowing the position?
She's very, very intelligent. Very intelligent.
Looking at our goal that was scored, and then the rebounds of Success Amaya, the positioning, the first touch, and that bounced goal that went in. Was it saying, is it a lack, or it was well-constructed goal?
Well, every goal is a goal, but it is not well constructed. The goalkeeper was not so good. If it should have been a very good goalkeeper, that goalkeeper would have saved the ball. But it is a goal.
We have found a loophole in their goalkeeper. The defense is a bit okay, but the goalkeeper has been the problem. Why is Ghanaians not taking advantage? Because you've been asking questions, but they seem reluctant when they get into the box, keep their body composure and make sure they're buried. But they've been in a rush all the time.
This is what you could see Basigi telling them, calm down, calm down, calm down. Like this ball, for instance. Just bat the ball into the net. I'm surprised of Mafia.
Her first touches in the box when it comes to ball, is it judgment or decision, or her first touch has let her down?
Yeah, her first touches. You could see the other match too, there was a pass also. Her first touches were poor. Honestly.
So what are we looking forward in the second half for the Ghanaians if it should be like this, meaning they will be the first semi-finalists of the competition?
Well, we have to score more goals, not because we need goals to qualify, but that will help boost the morale of the team. We are playing well, but not the way we the technical team are expecting. If we should qualify, we are going to play against Nigeria, and they are a good side. I must say they are a good side. You know, the Burkinabes, they are very tactically disciplined, but we have been able to break through those tactical defensive play that they are playing. So maybe it will go well against Nigeria.
Looking at the Burkinabe, Adele, in the heart of striking ability, she's been able to hold on to the ball. She has been a ton of flesh in the Ghanaian defense when we talk about it. How are we going to control it? Because when they are surging forward, they are dangerous.
Yes. She's, for me, this tournament, she's one of the best players. She's a very good player. So simply we are going to plant a woman on her so that when they want to find her, will track her down so that she will not have that space to do a kind of maneuvers that she's doing.
She's been slippery a bit. She doesn't start at one particular place. You find her in the defense. Definitely, you find her moving to the midfield. When she get the ball, she's so difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
Looking at Rose, looking at Fusena, and then the likes of, are they able to deal with her? Because getting her, she's been winning all balls and then getting fouls in around the box.
That is where I think we are having a little miscommunication. But coach has already assigned Rose to be on her, so that success will be in front of her. But unfortunately, she is giving her space. So maybe second half, she's going to close up the spaces so that she will not be able to turn and attack us.
Should I put you in the corner? What will be the final prediction in the next 45 minutes? What are we seeing?
Well, I'm expecting that we will add three more goals to this goal so that it will be 5-1 by the end of the day.
So the goalkeeper's trainer of the Black Princesses, Roman Funny, is expecting us to go in for another 3 goals, making it 5-1 in favor of the Ghanaians. Were they able to do it, or what are we expecting in the second half? Coach Yusuf Baziki is in the position to make sure we qualify to the first ever edition of the Wafu B Under-20 Women's Cup of Nations. We'll be going to the next 45 minutes, and Extra will be taking us through the next 45 minutes.
20 Girls Cup live on Max TV. A clash involving host nation Ghana and Burkina Faso. The first half, an eventful first half for the two teams. Ghana, after trailing, managed to get the equalizer and ensure that it took the lead for the first time. And that was all thanks to the exploit and the sensationalism of this particular player. Very good, Sterling Amateur, who was very superb in the opening half, getting Ghana the needed equalizer at a very good time before success restored Ghana's lead. Substitution for Ghana, Rose Boachua, who had her starting berth in Ghana's starting lineup in this particular tournament, paves the way for Kamford Owusu of Hazakes Ladies to replace her. Tactical substitution by coach Yusuf Bazigi. What did Pascal tell his girls? Pascal of Burkina Faso. Will those pep talks be put to good use by his players? The next 45 minutes will let us know. And here we get started. Ghana all in white in the second half, playing from right to left. The away team, Burkina Faso, in green, playing in the second half from left to right. Would Ghana be able to continue from where they left off after that immense pressure that they piled? Helen Alomenu, Fauzia too, reading through and sensing that danger, came out of her goal post very swiftly to ensure that Ghana doesn't get the opportunity to extend their lead. And that was when Helen Alomenu of Isiam Socrates had to go for that ball. Success been given a word of caution. This is a verbal caution for that challenge on Congo Adama of Burkina Faso. Already Ghana has one booking, and that is Helen Alomenu in the first half. And that has been the only booking in this game. The fans would have to continue enjoying themselves. They are in a static mood. They deserve to, because their team have taken the lead in this game. Semi-final for that matter. Angie Kelly, but she ended up running into traffic. Florentine Munifatu couldn't get the ball well enough. Yenyame of Ghana. Wasima to come for the Wusu. And Stella Nyameche gets it, raises her head. But her pass is blocked. She makes amends, get the ball back for the Black Princesses. And this is Wasima Muhammad. She strikes from a long range. That is what football is all about. You make it a point to see where those pocket of spaces are, to realize where the weaknesses of your opponent are, and put it to good use in your favor. And I'm so much optimistic that the technical team of Black Princesses have sent the weakness of Fauziatu, who fails to always gather in her first attempt. They wanted to put her to test and see if she would feel just as she did in the first half. Throw in. 3 minutes after recess. These teams, both of them, with the one leading Ghana, talks of re-strategizing, regrouping by the Yusuf Bazigi-led technical team. On the other hand, Coach Pascal of Burkina Faso, there definitely have been talks of getting into the game, doing a lot of pressing, getting and holding on to possession and ensuring that you lure the defenders out of their positions. And that is the only way to get back strongly in this game. Murphy Nyame, Angie Kelly, and Ghana gets free kick. And that was that clip by Monifatu on Murphy Nyame. Free kick. 2 players are behind. Mohammed and Stella Nyameche on target. Fauziatu with a second attempt, ensuring that her team is still in the game. And that effort, a very long strike there for Mohammed of Northern Ladies. Fatimata Husseini, Sarah Kulibli of Army Ladies, proving the reason why she has started all of Ghana's games so far in this tournament. Even when she is not on her feet, she makes it a point to retrieve the ball, which is very, very important. Possession, it's what gives you the ability and the edge over your opponent. Helen Alomenu, throw in. 50 minutes, and Adeline Kabori together with Latifatu. These 2 defenders are really fumbling to deal with this pacey winger of Black Princesses. Helen Alomeno throw in, and Fatimata Husseini has fancied the long one, the long throw, manages to get it into the half, but Alimata Belem of Burkina Faso, the captain, she was on target in their opening game after failing to score from the spot kick, made amend and get the crucial goal. Faiza Seidu of target, goal kick for Burkina Faso. And Faiza Seidu is yet to score in this competition. She had 15 goals. That was the strike that she missed. It wasn't on target. She had 15 goals in Ghana's Women's Premier League in the just ended season. But just to give Ghanaians some sort of encouragement, for you to know that you have quite a very rich bench as well. The top scorer in the Women's Premier League for Ghana Mariam Ponsa of Ampem Dakwa Ladies is on the bench, awaiting to be introduced. Ghana has a very good bench, and so do the Burkinabes. Corner kick for Ghana. Will they get a goal from this?
First corner kick in the very first half for Ghanaians. They are now probing, they are now pushing, asking right questions, knowing the mistake Forziatu is capable of making. They need to send in as many balls into the box and see what they're able to do.
Ghana with a chance to make it 3-1. Mefia Nyame, although she had a flash through that header, it wasn't on target. So the scoreline remains the same. Ghana 2, Burkina Faso 1. If you look at those deliveries from Wasima Mohammed and Stella Nyamiche, there you would realize that Ghana have a very good set-piece takers. And that was the goal that was scored. Adama Congo is substituted. She is replaced by Daniela Odrago. And this is quite a huge response as well from Pascal, the coach of Burkina Faso. He knows that he needs to get the equalizer before Ghana extend their lead. Mefia Nyame strikes. Another committed block, this time around from Diana Cynthia Kabori. Sarah Koulibaly nullifies that attack and threat from Burkina Faso.
Good play by the Burkinabe, surging forward to see what they are able to do instead of
throw in 55 minutes. Ghana 2, Burkina Faso 1. And the clock keeps ticking. Throwing taken by Latifatu for Burkina Faso, and Ghana clear their lines. Faiza Seidu for Ghana. Good retrieve by Diana Cynthia Kabori, who was subsequently fouled. And this is a foul that the referee might be lenient with Helen, because if another card should come, that means it will be early shower for Helen Alomenu, who is already on a yellow card.
I guess Basiki will have to notice that and make the changes, because where Alomenu is operating is that really slippery for her that she's been cautioned for the first time, and then it wouldn't take it lightly. The referee overlooked at this one. I don't think she'll be lucky the second time.
Comfort Owusu with a chance to extend the lead. Good first touch. Comfort Owusu misses. How was this possible? Unmarked, not under pressure. This should have been goal bound. She had her run perfectly then. Took her time with the first touch. Raised her head to even see where the goalkeeper was positioned. But that final delivery was awful. This should have invariably been on target.
I guess Comfort was selfish on that opinion, because Faiza was running through that she could have laid up the pass for her to just tap in. But just a wasteful opportunity is unpardonable for Comfort to just commit such a mistake.
Corner kick, but goalkeeper Fauziatu. As we approach the hour mark of this game, Wafu under 20 Girls Cup maiden edition. Ghana, Naomi for Burkina. Success with the defensive duties for Ghana. Burkina Faso building from behind once again. Wasima before Mefia Nyame. Fatimata to Helen. And Helen has to be very, very cautious with her tackles. She has already been cautioned. Ghana can't afford to miss her in the grand finale if she should be sent off. Naomi Adeli Cabri. Free kick. Stella Nyameche. Stella Nyameche is shown the yellow card for this tackle. Stella finds her name not only on the score sheet but also in the books of the referee, and that is the second booking for Ghana. And Stella is equally a very pivotal and important player for the Black Princesses. She has indeed led through inspiration and of course through the goals. Helen steals the ball off Cynthia Diana Cabri. Free kick to Ghana. Helen Alomenu. When the season ended in the Women's Premier League in Ghana, Helen had 8 goals for her team, who were debutants in the league this season. She had 8 goals. And this is another dead ball situation at a very good position for Stella Nyameche to be on target for Ghana. They need to extend their lead in order to have a very good cushion. But what would have out of this particular free kick? Stella, the captain, a coach as well, and a player less than 18 years. Already on 3 goals. She has scored in all games that she has played, and this time around the deflection from Munifa to Helby denies Stella Nyameche the chance to get a goal from this dead ball situation. That was goal bound.
That was a goal bound and a good free kick from Stella Nyameche. That's what she knows how to do best. Corner kick for Ghana. Let's see how it goes.
Fatimata with Stella Nyameche exchanging few passes, and this header. Helen Alomenu on target. Fauzia to Gathers. 60 minutes. Ghana 2, Burkina Faso 1. And Stella from that corner kick. The header initially from Alima Tabellum, which fell on the feet of Helen Alomenu. And Fauzia too, who was well positioned, had no difficulties grabbing it this time around once, not with the second attempt.
What a good strike from the discovery of the year in the Ghana Women's Premier League, Helen Alomenu, and what an equally a good save from Fauzia too this time around.
Sarah Koulibaly to Helen Alomenu. Mefia Nyame. Mefia sent it back. And Stella Nyameche with this Hollywood pass. Comfort Uzu nearly extending the lead. But if you look at her level of intelligence for football, her IQ, of course, in football is exceptional. Look at the pass that she gave. Stella Nyameche sending the ball through Alimata and Latifatu. It had to take the intervention of Fauzia to curb off that danger and deny Ghana getting their 3rd goal. Naomi of Burkina Faso. But Sarah steals the ball off her feet. Ghana, Comfort Owusu. Back to success. And Success manages to find Helen, who initially was shrugged off but continued before finally getting the free kick. She initially had his tap on. Latifatu is protesting her innocence.
It's usual of players to go such way. I didn't do it. Meanwhile, when you go into the slow motion or whatever, you find them committing that kind of blunder. But Ghana has been slow in their build-up. They look a bit too slow for me. They are not attacking the ball. Even though they are surging forward, they have all the opportunities. They need to score more goals. If you want to relax in such matches, you need to put in much more goals to make sure you are okay. Then you can relax, and then you can have fresh leg coming in to support you in this turn around.
This is a huge game that we have the coach of Ghana's Black Queens in attendance. And there you have lots of dignitaries, including Dr. Gifty Owari, the president and owner of Berry Ladies, one of the clubs that play in Ghana's Women's Premier League. Free kick, Stella Nyamiche goes for goal, missed narrowly. She's missed narrowly. Good corner kick. She scored from the similar position in Ghana's opener against Benin, and that was the third goal in that game. And that same spot could have equally given Ghana their third goal. Ghana have so far in this tournament played 2 games, thus making it 3 games inclusive. They scored 6 goals. Burkina Faso on the attack. Florentine, the lady who had the first goal, Florentine still with the ball, is finally taken off and thrashed off to safety by Fatimata Foseni. Goal kick to Ghana, 65 minutes. Ghana 2, Burkina Faso 1. The scoreline still remains unchanged in the second half, despite playing over 15 minutes in the second half. Helen Alomenu for Ghana. Back to Murphy at Nyame. In Ghana's 2 games, they've scored 6. This makes it their 8th goal. Comfort Owusu to Murphy at Nyame. Murphy saved by Fauziatu. Ghana needs to have a very good cushion. But just to remind you that 6:30 there is another grand, of course, game that will be taking place involving the Falconets of Nigeria and their counterparts from Benin. That game is equally live on Max TV, and the time is 18:30 GMT.
Esther, Ghana needs to make sure they score the 3rd goal at least to cushion them. Either than that, they will be living dangerously because their defense is not that solid. It takes time for them to settle in because they are all pushing up forward to make sure they get that 3rd goal, but they should be watchful behind when they are surging forward.
A confirmation of the scoreline: Ghana 2, Burkina Faso 1 as we approach the 70th minute, and Latifatu of Burkina Faso is limping. Hopefully she would be able to continue because this is the semi-final of the competition. A win for either team would secure that team the slot in the grand finale. Nigeria and Benin are watching keenly with interest because a winner in that encounter would face a winner in this encounter as well in the grand finale, precisely on the 3rd of June, live on Max TV as well. Free kick taken by Burkina Faso. Naomi Latifatu. Helen gives possession away to Naomi. Wasma reclaims for Ghana. No one in sight for the Black Princesses. Through in. Wasma heads. Success follows. Captain Sterling Ameche. Sarah Kolibli. The attempt to find Camford Owusu wasn't fruitful. The ball goes behind. Linda. And two key players in the heart of midfield for Burkina Faso who have excelled in all their games. Winifatu Helbi and Linda, all of them have been passive in this game, but the coach has allowed them to continue playing right from the first half, including over 20 minutes in the second half.
Good play from Ghanaians. They are still surging forward to secure that third goal to cushion them and see how they will manage the game. But as it stands, it's still Ghana surging forward to make sure they get the third goal.
Burkina Faso trying to be on the offensive, but Sarah Kolibli manages to trash it off to safety. Florentine fails to get the ball. Success. Lenda for Burkina Faso to Alimata. Ghana surging. Stella Nyameche. Stella back to Mefia Nyame. Balimata Bellem, the captain, recovers the possession back, manages to find Naomi Adeli Cabri. Florentine gets the ball for Burkina Faso. Afi. This is the first save that Afi has to make in the second half, and that came in the 70th minute. This tells you how very persistent the Black Princesses have been in their quest to extend their lead, and as such, rather sending all the pressure on the defense of Burkina Faso. Faiza Seydou and Ghana are yet to make any substitution up front. The players, Mefia Nyame, Faiza Seydou, Helena Lomenu, all of them still in action for the Black Princesses. So Ghana's up front is unchanged. The only substitution came on the right flank. And that 70 minutes referee blows for water break and such. This would be a huge opportunity for the two coaches to retrace their tactics before the final 20 minutes of this game comes to an end.
Because this is the time Sawadogo Pascal will be telling her girls, you have made it, and then just a little edge. You need to push more, because the defense of Ghana is not that solid. They always want to defend deep, which is not helping the Burkinabes. They defend deep, and when the ball is being laid through, they have only a player in there to hold on to the ball for the others to come up, and which is not helping them. But for Ghana, they've been asking questions. They have gotten the chances. They have made so many incursions, but they are not being clinical. They are not making a good finish. Adding on to that, they are living dangerously, because should any mistake happen in the defense, it could be 2-2, and they need not to wait till that point. They need to go up at least by 3, and then you are relaxed to make sure you manage the game. 20 minutes left for them to see if they will be the first finalist of the WAFU Zone B Girls Cup.
The goal that was scored by Success for Ghana And that is the lead that they have held on to right from the first half up until the 72nd minute of the game. Offside against Ghana. Free kick to Burkina Faso with just 80 minutes to end the game. Helen was the one who found herself in that offside track. Beautifully set by Burkina Faso. An inaugural tournament aimed at allowing girls under 20 years to exhibit to the global world what they are made up of in terms of their talent in football. And just as that could have been on target, but it wasn't, Stella Nyameche pouncing on that loose ball with the goalpost inside. Girls under 20 with the privilege of getting to let the world know what they are made up of. In the month of July, the boys tournament would equally take place. But until then, we would be having an inaugural winner of this prestigious tournament. And this will be a title that will be well cherished, well honored, well embraced, well celebrated by the team that wins it. Faiza Seidu for Ghana. Another save by Fauziatu. Helen smashed wide, goal kick. And Helen is yet to get a goal in this competition. Pfizer's first effort was saved before the follow-up ended up wide. Salamatu Kwanda has been introduced by Burkina Faso. She played a vital role in their opening game against Togo. In their second game as well against Niger, she featured and even scored a goal. They have introduced her because the coach is throwing all his cards out. This is a must-win game, in as much as they might have another game for the third and fourth if they fail to score. Stella Nyameche with that strike. She stole the ball off the feet of Linda, who just stood there watching her on without making any attempt, and allowed Stella to come out with that strike. They were just fortunate that it wasn't on target. That could have given Ghana that good cushion. Ghana 2 after 75 minutes. Ghana 2, Burkina Faso 1. And Ghana are still holding on to the goals that they have from Stella Nyameche. And then Success Amia in the first half, after Florentine had given Burkina Faso the lead.
Ghana surging forward, and then this is how we see it has been a nice first half. Burkina Faso seems to be settled a bit, but they are not making any incursion up front. They rather defend, and when they get the ball passing, just one straight, and then they try to see what movements they can. But it's not really working on well. I don't know whether the changes that Pascal Sawadogo is making is just to throw more in fresh legs to make sure they see what they are able to do. But since then, Burkina Faso has been mere passing there. They haven't been of threat. Even though when the attack is dangerous, they are not making use of that kind of threat to threaten the Ghanaian defenders.
Latifatu. Ghana, most of their players looking a bit fatigued. Naomi Cabri getting the better of Success Amia. Referee, what is she indicating? Penalty to Burkina Faso. A decision that has indeed surprised the fans. Success was caught nabbing and failed to deal with Naomi Adele Cabri on the edge of the penalty area, and even a yellow card for Success in addition. What a dramatic end to this game. Just when Ghana thought that they had the game under control, Burkina Faso have gotten the privilege of seeking parity. And look at how things are unveiling. Alima Tabelam, the captain, she took their first penalty when they played against Benin, but missed it. Afi had to save the Black Princesses and ensure that Ghana do not give away their lead that they have protected with every fiber in them for the past almost 30 minutes. Alima Tabelem against Afi. What will be the turnout? Alimata against Afi. Alimata fails to score once again. So she misses 2 penalty. And look at how that save is well celebrated by the teammates of Afi. Alimata, she slipped after taking the penalty. But the important thing is that Afi had the direction right. She saves. And look at the fans who are so much delighted that Afi has indeed rescued the Black Princesses.
Esther, when you asked me, was there a contact? Yes, this is how it was. It was a contact. But clearly, Afi made sure she put Ghana into that safety, and then she has done a tremendous job by saving Ghana. Still Ghana leads, and then this is how the changes is been, because Helena is always also on a card that it looks, if it's not taken care, we might go down into the drain.
Ghana introduces Georgina Aisha, a player who plays for Pelpia Ladies as well. Belem Alimata, the captain of Burkina Faso, would indeed curse her stars if they fail to make it to the finals. She missed when they played against Benin. When they played against Togo, she missed her penalty. But she managed to find a means of making amends when she scored during the dying embers of that game. And look at the timing that they had in the penalty, the 77th minute. Stella Nyameche, Georgina Fauziatu, the master sweeper, comes out of her lines, and Ghana advantage is played. Free kick to Ghana as we approach the 81st minute. Stella Nyameche, she wanted to ensure that the ball was right in front of Georgina Aisha, but that was nullified from that very swift response from Fauziatu. Mohammed takes, Fauziatu punches away. Mohammed gets the ball back. Stella Nyameche with good turn. Good interception from Latifatu. And Naomi Adeli Cabri, the lady who won the penalty for Burkina Faso. The narrative is so much interesting that you find how it turns out to be very surprising. In the game against Togo, it was Naomi Adeli Cabri who won that penalty for Burkina Faso, only for Alimata Belem to miss it. And in this same trajectory, she wins another penalty, and Alimata Belem once again misses.
This is how Ghana should be attacking. Ghana is really on the nerves. They are trying to manage the game to victory, but here is the case. They are still missing chances. They need to be worried because referee is not on their side, and they need to be disciplined on the field of play as well, because decisions made is sometimes questionable. But hey, this is how the game goes. They need to be tactically disciplined at this very moment of the time. 82 minutes, they need to surge forward, make sure to cushion them, get the third goal, and then they can relax for the rest of the entire minute.
Ghana with a chance to extend, and they do. Ghana 3, Burkina Faso 1. Faiza Saidu finally on the score sheet as well in this tournament. And she celebrates. The Northern Ladies winger extends Ghana's lead, makes it 3-1, and the fans are ecstatic. She was well placed, had her first control right before, ensuring that she had a better side of Fauziatu, who couldn't find answers this time around, as she was indeed just placed aside. So Ghana 3, Burkina Faso 1. Faiza Saidu finally on target.
Mefia Nyame placing that equally an intelligent pass for Fauzia to slot in that third goal. At least now they'll be pushing and then relax to play their normal games, as there is no pressure on them.
Ghana with a chance to make it 4-1 for Ziatu. Alima Tabelem. And if you look at how the Falconets of Nigeria are watching this game with interest, as well as Benin on the other hand. For Benin, they have played with Ghana in Group A, and Ghana beat them by 3-0. And so am I certain that Ghana after this game might sit and ensure that they watch this game as well with keen interest, as they await the team that they would square it off in the grand finale precisely on the 3rd of June here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Mefia Nyame. So after the introduction of Georgina Aisha, it means that Mefia Nyame has dropped to be in the heart of midfield, supporting Success Amia and the Wasma Muhammad. And those up front doing the job for Ghana are the likes of Faiza Saidu, who had the 3rd important goal for the team, and then Stella Nyameche. Throw-in taken swiftly by Ghana. Mefia Nyame to comfort Yeboah. Florentine gets the ball after Comfort Yeboah slipped. Burkina Faso with a chance. But the decision this time around has favored the Black Princesses of Ghana.
Was a push on the defender Success Amia, so the referee was in a good position to notice that, call for a good foul for Ghanaians. They are relaxed now. But Afi is just relaxed, poised, and then was good goalkeeping from her. From that penalty that she saved, it has given her that kind of confidence from behind, and she's just trying to communicate and trying to just organize her defense well, not to have that kind of uncompleting passes and then that kind of miscommunication at the back. She is a pivot for Ghana at the goal post.
Goal kick. Afi takes her time before taking the kick for Ghana. Mefia Nyame, Georgina Aisha for Ghana Black Princesses. Corner kick. That ball situation to Ghana's advantage. And that is this. after Georgina in that tangle with Latifatu had that corner kick. And Ghana would take their time to take this corner kick with 3 minutes to end the first semi-final of this tournament. And then the industrious player Stella Nyamiche floats it in, a header from Comfort Owusu. After that delivery, Wasma Mohammed was also interested, but because she couldn't communicate well with Comfort, the header from Comfort Owusu wasn't on target. Goal kick quickly taken. F2-1 was a difficult task for Burkina Faso to respond. 3-1 would be the extreme. Stella Nyameche, Diana Cynthia Kabori wins this free kick for Burkina Faso. Substitutions about to be made by Burkina Faso, and this substitution will see the introduction of another key player, of course, for Burkina. Andrea comes in for Burkina Faso with the last 2 minutes to end the game. And so it's Faiza Seidu waiting patiently to be allowed back into the game. And look at a sprint from Comfort Owusu. With just a minute on the clock. Ghana 3, Burkina Faso 1. Mary Amponsan of Ampem Dakwa Ladies gets the final minute of this game. And that is substitution by Ghana's Black Princesses. The first touch from Mary Amponsan. Comfort Owusu, Comfort Yeboah wins the throw-in for Ghana. And Comfort Yeboah is taken all the time. Mefia Nyame, Ghana, from Ziatu gathers.
That is a good managing for the Ghanaian team. Miriam Ponsa has come in for Faiza Seidu. Latter part had a bit of the ball, and then this is how Ghana makes it through the semi-finals. Is Ghana defending and is placed to safety. Ghana defending is placed to safety. Faiza clearing the lines and then making sure they defend gallantly as they are making their way or the final hurdles into being the first finalist of the WAFU Zone B Girls Under 20 Cup.
Burkina Faso Naomi Adele offside. 4 minutes of additional time. Ghana in a comfortable lead. And Munifatu Helbi, she couldn't realize very early that Naomi was in an offside position. We are left with just 3 minutes to end the game. And Ghana are on the verge of becoming the first finalist in this tournament. And that means that their campaign, their mission, their target prior to the commencement of this tournament, just as their coach indicated to Steve Bazigi, that this is a huge tournament, a maiden one. All teams participating are eager. Munifatu shrugged off Stella Nyameche, the captain of the Black Princesses.
Well, that was a very good game. It's very unfortunate that
in an explosive
Burkina
joy, enjoying
lost
themselves
the game, but
here at
we'll
the
be back.
Barbera Sports Stadium
We'll be back again. I think that'll be 6:30 GMT. We'll be back with the Nigeria Benin game. Donc nous allons nous retrouver encore ce soir à 18h30 GMT pour le match entre le Nigeria et le Bénin. Encore 2 minutes à jouer ici entre le Ghana et le Burkina. We still have about 2 minutes to play. But remember today at 6:30 GMT, Nigeria versus Benin. Hey, Charlie. That'll be a very lovely game.
And it has rather been given in favor of Burkina Faso.
It's almost over.
At 6:30 p.m. on Max TV, another live game, another semi-final, the second for the day. Nigeria versus Benin.
That'll be very interesting.
Free kick to Ghana with just 20 seconds to end the game. Stella Nyameche. Winifatu Halbi for Burkina. Fatimata Fuseni to Wasma Mohammed. Kamfodo Wusu. Salamatu with her first touch since she was introduced.
Burkina Faso really want to score maybe another goal before they finish.
Stella Nyameche to Georgina.
Oh, that's
Georgina
a
finds
good pass.
Mary Afonsa.
That's a very good pass.
But the flag was already up against Mary Aponsa. If she's played as a lone striker up front, Mary Aponsa is always the best belt for Ghana. She really knows how to press on and pressure her opponents. Mefia Nyame from the attacking position to the midfield role.
Okay, that's
all
the
over
end
here
of the
at the
game.
Baba Yara Sports Stadium for
That's the end of the game. We'll be back. We'll be back tonight at 6:30 for another lovely game. So stick around. 6:30. We'll be back. 6:30.
with an important save after Belem Alimata had to take the penalty that could have restored parity for them in this game. Fauzia too was very good on the day, but because the Black Princesses were exceptional, they have secured their slot to be in the grand finale.
So we'll be back at 6:30. On this note, take care, people. We'll be back. On va se retrouver à 6h30 GMT pour l'autre game. Merci. Bye bye.
Their final bet is Ghana 3, Burkina Faso 1 at the end of 9.